Hello friends, welcome to the VLC design course. In today's session we are going to cover the next combinational circuit, adder and subtractor. So today we are going to write a VHDL code for adder subtractor, and in next lecture we will implement it on our development platform. So let's start to write a VHDL code for adder and subtractor. So while implementing this adder and subtractor functionality, we are going to use this development platform. So what are the design steps? So whenever we are designing any VLSI project or writing any VHDL program, we should plan our activities. So our first activity, first of all, we have to understand the logical diagram. So let us say we are going to write a VHDL program for adder. Then we have to understand its logical functionality, then what will be its Boolean equations. Once we are ready with this basic information or logical blocks of our design, then we'll create a HDL project in the ISE, then write the VHDL code as per the logical diagram. Then we are going to simulate it, synthesize it, create a UCF file, and finally generate a bit file. So these are the steps we are going to cover in this session. So let us start full adder. Okay, so we have already studied this full adder functionality in our earlier lectures, where we have demonstrated combination circuit with example. So in that lecture we have covered all the combination circuit. So but again we are just taking an overview for writing a VHDL code. So everyone knows full adder has 3 inputs A, B, C in, one output sum, and other one is the carry out. Okay, so this is our something like a black box. We are going to write a functionality for this full adder. So everyone knows this sum equation of full adder is A XOR B XOR C. So this is already defined and well calculated in while understanding the combination circuit. So we are not going in detail of how to get this Boolean equation. Similarly, carry out equation is A and B or B and C or A and C. So this is the realization of we can say logical diagram of the full adder. Now to write a VHDL code, what are the things we required? We definitely required a external interface signals like input signals and the output signals. So for full adder, our input signals are A, B, C in, and the output signals are yes and carry out. Okay, similarly in the architecture section we are going to write this functionality of full adder. Okay, then it requires a pin details, but let us go step by step. We'll write a VHDL code in ISE, then simulate it, synthesize it, and once we come to this pin assignment, that time we'll use this table for the pin assignment. Okay, so let us move to the ISE. So to start ISE project, we have to start with the file, new project. Now give the name. This I will club all the projects. I will try to club in a single folder like combinational circuit. Okay, so project name we are going to give as a combinational circuits. Okay, in that okay, we'll change the directory VLSI design course examples. Okay, combinational circuit. Next, then we are going to keep all these parameters because already we have stated our development board contains Xilinx Spartan 3A family FPGA, then its device is XC3S50A package. So everything we are keeping the same. For more details you can go back and see our previous video introduction to the Xilinx ISE. So there we have covered all these things. Then finish. Now a new directory will be created in location directory E under the folder VLSI design course example in that combination circuit. So just for curiosity we'll go back and check it. VLSI design course, and here this combination circuit project folder created. So now in that we are going to design, or we are going to write our full adder functionality. So new source VHDL module, here we are giving design name as a full adder. Okay. Then next, so here we have to mention its port details. What are the port details? So these are the port details of my entity. So A, B, C in our input, S and C out are the outputs. So here we have to mention A, B, C in are the in, S and C out. So this S and C out are of type out, here also out. Then say next, finish. So it will create a project with name full adder. Okay, and with entity declaration like this. Okay, got it? A, B, C in sum and carry out. Now here we don't require any internal signal, so between this architecture and begin we are not declaring any signal. So let us directly start. We know the Boolean equation of sum is equal to, so this is signal assignment, less than equal is the signal assignment A XOR B XOR C. Okay, so this is the Boolean equation of my sum. Similarly, C out. Okay, carry out. What is the Boolean equation? It has A and B, yes, right, or B and C, or A and C. Okay, we'll just confirm it. C out is equal to A and B, or with B and C, and or with the A and C. So this is what we have written. Then terminate with the semicolon to terminate our assignment. So this section between the begin and end behavioral, or this is the architecture name is the behavioral. So in between this it will execute in a concurrent way. So it is not in a sequential way. These both the statements will execute in a concurrent way. So let's save it, then go to synthesize and check the syntax. Something wrong, sorry. So here input, by mistakenly I have written C, but input we have declared as a C in. So let us correct it. So input is C in, A, B, C in, and it is with C in. Okay, so like this, if errors come inside in our in HDL design, the tool itself will tell us undefined symbol C. So we have not defined C, but here we have used it. So we have corrected it again, save it, check syntax. Okay, now it is corrected. So we can immediately see it synthesis report. So let us open the view RTL schematic, so we can see how the synthesis tool will convert these statements into a gate level netlist. Okay, so synthesis done. Okay, so a top module will come A, B, C in, C out, and sum, as like our black box for the full adder. Now we have to check the internal blocks of this full adder. So it contains, if you see, it contains XOR functionality. XOR, it is a 3 input XOR gate directly. So if you click here, this is input A, sorry, this net is C in. Okay, this is C in, then this input is B, and this input is A. So everywhere it is going, as well as three AND gate, one OR gate, 3 input OR gate, and one is the 3 input XOR gate. Okay, so like this is implemented. So this is the RTL schematic, or we can say it is a synthesis. Now to check the simulation, we have to tab. Here we have two tabs. One is the implementation and simulation. We have to click on simulation, click on your design file, open here iSim simulator. Under that we have to open simulate behavioral model. So it will open a new window with iSim. For few examples, we'll cover all these activity, but later on we'll try to avoid this simulation. This can be your activity for your exercise, so you can do by yourself for some future examples. So let us restart it. So this input A, B and C are my inputs, sum and carry are output. So let's force the value to these inputs. So let us start with initial value. So 0, then B 0, okay. C also let us force constant 0, apply, run it for 1 microsecond. Okay, whatever, here also we can change it, let us say for nanosecond, picosecond, whatever. So we can, let's say I will change it to 1 nanosecond. Okay, so let's run it for 1 nanosecond. So this is running for 1 nanosecond, so minimize it. Okay, here this radix also will change, the indication will show in a nanosecond. Now next step, if A is 0, B is 0, C is 0, everything is 0 as per the truth table. When all the inputs are 0, sum and carry out also 0. So next input is A is 0, B is 0 and carry in is logic 1. So let us force C in, force constant, binary 1, okay, run for 1 nanosecond. So because of this C in 1, our sum output becomes 1. Here sum is equal to 1, carry is equal to 0. Now A is 0, B is 1, you have to force B is 1, okay, carry in is 0, then run again for the 1 nanosecond. It will give next result, sum is 0 again, carry is 0, carry out is 0. So similarly, likewise it goes on. We can verify all the remaining conditions. So 0 0 we have covered, 0 0 1, 0 1 0 we have covered, then 1 1 0. So let us try this 1 1 0. So if both are 1 1, sum is 0, carry is 1, carry out is 1. So when 1 plus 1, 0, carry 1. Okay, so like this you continue this simulation process. So it gives a expected functional behavior or functionality. So let us move further for the creating a user constraint file. So I am closing this simulation. So let's move to the implementation again. Now we have completed synthesis, simulation. Now we have to implement design for a particular our target FPGA. So to connect the internal logic of our full adder to the external interface signals, like I have to test on the development board with the inputs A, B and C. So that inputs we can give it through the 3 switches, and we can observe sum and carry out on the LED. Okay, so for that we need to assign the pins. So for this pin configuration on board, we have a J3 header that is connected internal to this A, B, C input, sum and carry out. So this is the pin locations for this signal. So it is connected to, if you connect it to the P2 header of FPGA, then these pins are connected to these internal signals. So for the better understanding how these signals are connected, I have recorded earlier video creating a user constraint file. So there I have explained complete details how the logical signal, for example in entity signal A is routed to the FPGA pin, from FPGA how it is routed to the PCB board, and from board to how it is routed to the that particular switch. So complete description we have given in our earlier video. Please watch that video for better understanding. So let us start the creating a UCF file. So in previous video I have shown you creating a UCF file using user constraint method or by using a plan ahead, but this takes a little bit more time. So we can create our own custom file, or we can create like creating a .vsd file from the source window itself. So right click here, new source, click on the new source, and here we can give implementation constraint file. We can give here constraint file name for full underscore adder dot UCF. So we are creating our own text file with the extension UCF, and say next, then finish. So it will automatically add our UCF file here. So in the video or in this lecture of creating a UCF file, we have seen the syntax, how to assign the pins of internal signals to the FPGA. So the syntax is net, then signal name. Here signal name is A. We are going to assign the location is equal to, as per this table, the full adder input A we have to assign to pin FPGA pin location P8. So let us connect P8 semicolon. Okay, so I am just copying this. Okay, now net B. So second input is the B, where we have to connect it, P3. Okay, it has to be connected to P3. Then C in is to be connected to P5. C in. These names should be exactly same as our declared names, whatever we have declared in the entity. So A, B, C in we have covered. If you give a wrong name, it will give and some error. Then yes and C out. So this yes and C out will be connected to the LED of the development board. So again go back to full adder UCF. Then this yes sum output should be connected to sum out P4, and carry out C out is connected to, this is very simple constraint file we are creating, P6. It is connected to P6. In this we can add, now this is very simple combination circuit, so we are not adding any timing constraint, nothing we are adding. So in this constraint file we can add the timing constraint as well as timing groups or dedicated clock routes. So many constraints are there in VHDL or in VLSI, or we can add it through this constraint file. Okay, so like this pin IO pin assignment has done. We can just save it, and then further we can start the generate a programming file. So it will generate a executable bit file for our particular targeted FPGA XC3S50A TQ144. So for that particular device, or indirectly we can say this bit file will work only with our development board, because the pin connections whatever we have given it as per our development board. But in case if you have a separate evaluation board or some development board, in that case you have to change only this pin details as per your FPGA board. Other logical circuit, everything will be same. So let's wait for some more time. Almost it is completed. So it is just doing the translate map place and route. So it will place our design into one of the CLB, then it will connect to the IO pins, and finally it will generate our bit file. Once bit file is generated, then our task is completed. Then the last step pending is we have to implement or program the FPGA using this bit file and recheck the hardware functionality of this full adder. So bit file generation is the process, bit file generation is completed. So let's go back to our directory where we have saved our project. So here combinational circuit, in that full adder dot bit file. So this full adder dot bit file is generated successfully. So it will give us a timestamp when it is generated and with its size. So this completes our activity. Now for the full subtractor also we have to follow the same steps. Same steps. Write a VHDL code, generate a bit file and use the same user constraint file. Okay, so let's do it quickly. So how we are doing, again in a same folder, what I will do, we can add here itself a new folder, new source. I am just adding here new source because the pin assignment should be same for my full subtractor also. So file name full subtractor. Okay, then next. So for full subtractor, what are the logical functionalities are there? We have inputs A, B, C in, and output is difference and borrow. Okay, so I'll keep as it is, A comma B comma C in. Okay, output is difference and borrow. So here both the inputs came, so here input and output came same. So we'll do one thing, instead of output B we can say BR. Okay, or something else more readable, difference and borrow, difference and okay, we can give directly name borrow. Okay, this we have to declare as a out, then next finish. So it will add one more design file in our project. Our project name is combinational circuit. There we are adding the full subtractor. So open it. So we can write the functionality. So some of the part we can copy from here. Because almost the functionality is same, only one NOT gate is there. So here the change is like this. Here is the difference, here is the borrow, same signal name, A, B, C in, A XOR B XOR C in. The boolean function is exactly same, A XOR B XOR C in, and not of A and B or B and C, B and C, or not of A and B and C in. Okay, so let's do it. So we have to make not of A, we have to give a space, then or B and C in, then not of A. Better to give the precedence everywhere, because to avoid the misbehavior of the circuitry. So like this our full subtractor design is ready. So let us check syntax. Now if you observe here no many options we are getting, because the design we have selected here full adder as the topmost design. So we have to do the synthesis simulation, we have to also make it as a top design. So set as a top module, then the priority will change and full subtractor will become a top module, as well as the UCF file automatically attached to the top module. So we'll come back later on. So let us see the RTL schematic of this full subtractor. So open it. So again, like full adder, here inputs A, B, C in, borrow and difference output. Double click on this. So we'll get internal structure. Like if you see here AND gate with NOT. Okay, so A input is always with the NOT. So if you see the function here, input to all the three AND gate are with NOT gate. So same we can observe here, NOT gate input, here also NOT gate input. So and here 3 input XOR is the same. So like this synthesis also completed. Now we have to create a UCF file. So there is one method, either you can modify the same UCF file, or you can create a new also. We can create a new also. So what I am doing, we'll do a new file, new source, implementation constant file, and this is for the full subtractor dot UCF, enter, finish. Okay, so here two files will be shown, so we have to make this as implement, sorry, file path. I am just copying this pin constraint for this full subtractor. Now only change we have to do is ABC in. Okay, these pin assignments are exactly same as the full adder and full subtractor, both the pins lines are same. For difference and borrow, again P4 and P6 itself. So P4 P6 will only keep same, only signal name will change, here D, and here it will come borrow. Okay, so like this it will generate a